Hi guys, so we will see what all I end up doing today. I was just gonna say I opened my window and I cleared out the area near there because I always have like cards. That's where I take my pictures with the shop box or whatever. So a lot of projects end up near there, so you might hear something fall over, and sure enough, the window already just blew open. The drape hit something and knocked it over. But anyway, so today I'm going to try out the Ultimate Cardmaking Compendium Woodland Friends. This is the latest auto ship from HSN. People still ask. The other day I had mentioned the video, and I know sometimes people, you know, fast forward or skip, or you might miss something. It is not something you can get into now on HSN because it was an auto ship that came out maybe 8 months ago, I don't even know, 6 months ago, with the Cardmaking Compendium. This is not the one that is going to come in because you order the Christmas Cardmaking Compendium auto ship, okay? So this is the the Ultimate Cardmaking Compendium. And I hear people, hold on, okay, sorry, I had asked the kids. So this is the other thing, I'm going to start this, and if it just starts going long, I don't know how long this is going to take. I'm probably going to not upload the video till the next day, like tomorrow. But if you're watching today, if I end up uploading this today, being Saturday, the 24th, 25th September, whatever it is, you know, great. And also, don't forget that the Spellbinders sale is ending, I think, on the 27th. They're $3, $5, whatever it is, for different things, 10 and up. And I'll have the link in the description box. That will be an affiliate link, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase any items through those links. Also, again, depending on the date, check the description box for the dates of expiration thing, just in case I don't get this up today. The 50% off holiday section of art impressions, which is really great. Okay, so I kind of went over this the other day when I did an unboxing, so I don't want to spend too much time, but I didn't open everything, you know, so let's open this up. It looks really adorable, really cute. I was really happy with all 3 auto ships this time around. They all showed up on the same day, in the same box, of course. But again, more like fall colors, so it has a really deep, rich kind of color wheel here. The ribbons are kind of tealish, blue, and yellow, of course, in 3 sizes like they always do. These little color chip cards, which I've never really opened, maybe to show it to you guys when I'm opening the box, but other than that, I've never used them. But it just gives you some ideas, I guess, of colors that can coordinate. I don't know. Double complementary, interesting. I guess I have no idea what they're... monochromatic looks there, and split complementary, and tetradic square. So I guess, well, see, that's what's interesting. I don't know. Anyway, so that's something you can look at if you're getting into the color theory. And then we have the elements dies here. So some cute little outline dies and some other fun kind of full dies. I don't know if they're... Let's see if we can match these up. It looks like this one has a die for it. Some of the leaves here, and then maybe these little guy leaves. Some of these have a die set. Yeah, and they're individual dies, so they're very small stamps for very small dies. Trying to see if there's anything else on here that might have a die. Nope. Well, maybe this little bird. This one. This little stick-looking bird, like it looks like a stick figure. And then some of the other things. So there's that. These are the stamps. Again, the little tree with all kinds of woodland creatures and friends. The sentiments are in here. The little mouse, how cute. The little mushrooms. Lots of cute things going on. So this is what I was interested in. Oh, okay, good. So these are blank cards and envelopes. And on the cover, they do show a lot of aperture cards. And I'm like, oh, I wonder if I'm going to have a circle die to cut that out. Which obviously I have a circle die, but I have to go fish it out. But we have envelopes here, and we have the card blanks here. So we're going to need one of these and one of these. So the front and a back, right? So that's nice. Then the envelopes that coordinate. It looks like it ends up making like a 5-inch, maybe 5-inch square card. We have some embossing folders. A lot of time when they're a little thin strip like this, I hardly use, but they are here. And they're there. So this one makes like leaves that kind of coordinate right, well, not kind of, definitely coordinate right back to the stamps. They're basically the same. And then this really pretty bamboo kind of look. Or not bamboo, that's birch, huh? Birch trees, sorry, not bamboo. Let's see, because I thought, well, anyway. And then we have these guys. So this morning we were gardening this whole morning. Actually, we were trimming some plants, some palm trees I have in front, which isn't like the most fun thing, but pygmy palm, date palms. And they're pokey and they hurt you. And then we started like shaving off if you know anything about the way they grow, you have to like shave off around them or they look like hairy, like gross. And we've never done that the whole time we've been here, a couple of years now. So we went to do that. And then I was like, oh, let's clean up the stuff that I left behind with a water hose. And then I'm like, oh, the pressure washer, because we just bought a pressure washer last week. We got a good price. And so I was like, oh, let's bring that out. So we brought it out, and then we start doing that, and the thing's never been pressure washed, the sidewalk. So we have to start, you have to do all of it or else it looks like really clean and the rest has like, you know, gunk. So it became a whole thing. So my hands hurt from holding the thing, from pruning and everything else. So hopefully you guys are having a good weekend. I love being out there, so that's not a problem. But then afterwards I'm like, that was too much. Like right now I need to go probably to Home Depot and get some potting soil. But anyway, we have our birch, we have our leaves, we have our little flowers, little kind of camo-ish looking print. There's 2 of each, lots of color, lots of paper, so that's nice. A really kind of retro colors, kind of weird birch here. Another kind of camo with purple. Oh, the brown looks like wood. This really cool, again, 70s looking pattern to me. Cute. Oh, this one's cute. I could take 10 more pages of this, or more. 10 was very specific. Many more pages of this I would love. This one's cute, the teal with the blue. Some more of our little woodland friends in a blue theme. And then this, oh, that's cute, with the little mushrooms. And since I did a video on my garden, talking about my garden, I bought some papaya trees or plants, and I bought another guayaba, because why not? And I picked up some lemongrass, and I am a crazy person, but I have plenty of room for it. I told my husband, if you watch these food forest videos or like backyard orchard culture videos, everything here would be filled in with some kind of plant or tree. So that's what I'm going for. So we have lots of paper. So this is bright yellow. Again, they always have this lemon yellow kind of color in here, like a rust orange, brown, kind of a maize color, I would say. A light green, a deeper green, a kind of a tealish blue, a deeper blue, a deeper blue. We have some purple going into like magenta colors. It's a pretty array of colors. All right, so I have no idea what I'm gonna do. Oh, the other thing is the instruction book. Well, it's not instruction, inspiration, right? So they have like sketches here again. A lot of times they're not to size. Like this says actual size of the card, but like if you were to pull this out, you know, actually this one might be, oh no, actually he's bigger this time around. Or maybe, that's weird because it does say actual size, right? So this guy, this time around, he's bigger than the stamp that the image they're showing. Last time they were smaller, like the stamps and these things were smaller than what they're showing. So that's actually really cute, but again, that's more of a basic card. It's not like this guy. Oh, maybe this one. I'm just trying to think what I want to do. So showing you a little different way to set it up, whatever it is that you want to do there with your cute little aperture cards. So I will go through these papers, try to pick something out, and we'll put something together. Okay, I picked some colors. Now I'm looking at this and then I just realized we have a speed bump already, because how are you going to get this matted onto here with that big hole to cut the hole in here? So you need a die that's about the same size, which I'm sure I have somewhere, but I'm going to do something a little bit different. We'll see if it works out. If it works out, great. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And we'll move on. Yeah, again, a lot of this inspiration, it's not going to work. Like, there's just different things in here that I'm like, this is, so I was going to do something like this. Actually, I was going to do something like this and put the flowers, these little leaf kind of things all around the circle. And I might still do that. And then I was going to use the little birds, because there's bird stamps and there's bird dies. But that's the only thing that really has the stamps and the dies, other than that one little floral spray. Everything else you would have to fussy cut. The deer, the hedgehog, the fox, whatever it is you want to cut, you're going to have to cut it by hand. So I'm going to do something like this. It is a 5-inch square. You know, this part here, and then obviously you have these edges, and these are 1-inch spaces by 5, 1 by 5. So what we need to do is cut down paper that will fall back here, that will mat on top of here, and that we will use on the very sides. So in some of these pictures they have even the circle one matted, so it has a mat, but you're gonna have to cut through both of these, obviously, right? And you can, I suppose, cut it by hand if you wanted. I'm gonna do something different and hopefully it works out, but for now I've grabbed these papers to coordinate kind of with this. And I'm going to cut these down at 4 7/8 by 7/8 because I want them, well, not all of them. Let me get this trimmer. And this is going to be crazy because this paper is probably 8-inch paper. Let me see. 8 inches. Okay, so what I'm going to do is measure this so that I have 7 1/8. Oh, this one's too small. This only goes up to 6 1/2. Sorry, I might drop some things. It's going to be really loud. Yep, I knew it. Okay, 7 1/8. Because you can't really do 7/8 here unless you want to eyeball. Oh, I guess you can. See, you're going to have to kind of eyeball it and make sure your paper's nice and straight. And if you cut right there, that's a 7/8 inch wide. Okay, let's do that. Or you can measure 7 1/8 and then cut, right? So your little 7/8 strip will be out here. That's the wrong color. Hold on. I want to use this greeny color for that. So let's just switch out here. Kind of yellow, green, odd color. Hopefully that's straight. We'll see. And then by 4 7/8 because I just need it to be a little bit smaller than that outer. So I'm going to mat the blue on top of this. That's why I changed my mind. So this is 7/8 by 4 7/8. And then I'll make this one basically 3/4 inches. Again, I'm just going to eyeball it, but 3/4 inches by 4 3/4. I know, they're really small pieces. And basically this is going to mat over this. Look how that cute. And then it's going to mat in here. And I'm going to do the same thing again for this one and this one and this one. So I'm going to make all those cuts right now. There might be a smarter way to do it, you know, the way you're cutting, but I will be right back once I have those. Again, 7/8 by 4 7/8, 3/4 by 4 3/4, and I'll be right back. So to mat behind the circle, I cut this at 4 7/8 inch square. It's gonna go back there. These little strips are gonna be in the front, and I'm gonna cut this also at 4 7/8 inch square. So 4 7/8. So it's just gonna leave a little bit around edges, 4 7/8. And then what I'm gonna do next, hopefully this works. If it doesn't work, oh well. We'll try something else. Or if it doesn't look cute, we'll try something else. So let me move these things to the side for now. I'm gonna turn this, well actually I don't want to turn it over, but I do want to put this here. I'm gonna kind of eyeball where that is. And this is gonna be weird, I know it is. I'm gonna turn it over. I'm going to trace with a pencil, hopefully. Yeah, you can just measure what size circle that is and use a die. And this is gonna be weird. I'm gonna get my water brush and wet this. Hold on, let's make sure it's going. Just all around the circle. If it drips like that, that's fine, but I want it to drip that way more on the inner of the circle. So what I'm gonna do is wet this and I'm gonna tear it. So hopefully you guys can kind of see what I'm doing. Like if more water comes out of my brush, I want it to go towards the inside, not the project, but the part I'm going to cut away. Can you see how the water's just kind of seeping in there? Ooh. I'm going to control it a little better. Let's see. Nope, still too. Give it a squeeze, get some of that water going. I want it to start tearing there. Like I said, this may or may not work. And we'll see how it looks. I just figured since it's a woodland thing, maybe the roughness won't matter. Might be kind of cute. I don't know. Maybe totally misguided. We will see. And I'm controlling the water, so again, the water goes that way, not so much into the paper that I want to keep. Cool. It looks a little bit deckled. And okay, so I can tell when I was tearing it that this chunk right here was still like not on the line that I drew, so I'm gonna tear that so I can kind of see my pencil line. Get in here. Leave it kind of rough, obviously. It doesn't have to be perfectly like the circle, but I do want it to look like a circle, not just like some kind of weird shape. So let's see what that looks like. That might be okay. A little decal, a little interesting. Okay, again, trying to make it as circular as you can. I might keep picking at it while I'm just sitting here, but I am kind of getting that white paper to show up. Okay, I'm gonna let this dry, and in the meantime, while that's drying, I'm just gonna stick this down with whatever glue or glue runner or however you want to glue this down. I'm gonna glue this here. To the very center of the card. And then on these guys, I'm gonna go ahead and fold it right now. Just folds back. These fold forward. And these guys are going to be a little bit different. These are going to fold forward here and then back here. So basically they meet up like this. That's really big. The opening is huge. I guess if you wanted to, you can put even a third layer of something in between these. You know what I'm saying? If you're doing like a little scene, you just add it in here and then glue this together. That's a really, really big space. And then we have this guy. You know, I'm thinking maybe I should make it a little bigger so that you have the white edge and this guy deckled. You know what I'm saying? Peel back a little bit more. I don't know. Either way, however you want to do it. If you want to pull it back a little bit more, then you would have more of that white showing through. I think I'm just going to leave it like this, I guess. Okay, and in the meantime, like I said, letting that dry, I'm going to layer these two guys up. Just glue, glue, and glue it here. And glue one here. And same thing on the other side. And I'll be back. So I have those all on there, and it's starting to take some shape here, and it would be something like this. Again, really, really big in there, but there's, you know, and if you want to put more patterns or whatever it is, obviously that's up to you. And again, I'm going to stick this guy down. And you can also, you know, we used to do stuff like this, deckled edges back in the day, and you can put some ink, go around with your inker and ink in there, if that's what you want to do. Go to the side and eyeball this. We have that edge, this one over here, a little high here. And it'll just give some color to that white edge, but I wanted to keep the white edge, so that's how I did that. And since we have that deckled edge, if you want it all to look a little bit rough, you know, take your distressing tool, take your I'll use this piece here. Your scissors, if you don't have a tool, and just go back and forth like that on the edge, kind of in the center, and it'll distress the edge for you that way. Okay, I still don't really know what I want to do as far as the decoration, but I'm going to go with like cutting out some of those little pieces and then the sentiment or whatever it is. So let me put this to the side. And we have all these little guys. And we have all this little foliage and stuff like that, and the sentiment or the inspiration I was taking was kind of like from this one. So I'm going to cut out some of these pieces. Obviously this guy and this guy. And this guy makes like a full leaf. That one makes like a little leaf that's kind of cut out. And I'll use, well, not the green. I just use that paper, even though I would like to use scraps. I'll just pick through here and we're going to find some different colors. So let me see. They're using all sorts of colors. They're using olive color. I was looking for olive color in this paper, but I don't see it. So I'm like, am I crazy? Because there's use a lot of olive in there. It's not there though. So let's say this one. And just because we're going to make this all wilded out here, where are the red colors? This is odd. Okay, hold on. maybe this pinky tone back here. We'll cut out some, I know this is wild. I don't normally go with this, but okay. So I'll use some of this reddish, some of that green, and I will use my marquee and just cut out some of these foliage dyes. Again, I would love to just run through maybe even some blue. There's a lot of blue, but the scrap fits. If the scrap fits, it almost fits. I better not. Okay. All right. I'm going to run these through in different, just a bunch of different ones, and I'll be right back. Okay, this is, I was going to clean up. I thought, no, you need to see how this starts becoming a little mess while you're working. I'm probably going to cut more of these for the, on the outside because I don't think it's going to be enough to just use what I'm doing here. We need a sentiment. I'm just going to use the back side of this, but there's plenty of paper. You can use this for something else too. You don't have to use that. This is just a way of you having white paper without, you know, busting into something else for white paper. Oh, let's use something that has a lot. Friends are like flowers. They are unique and special in their own way. That's nice. Okay. And I'm just gonna, I mean, we have a lot of color. I'm just gonna stamp it in black, but if you want to choose a fun color, of course, that's always more fun. Let's get this going. Hopefully this is straight. I didn't really look at it. I'm sure it is. This is just a Nuvo hybrid ink, and we'll see if we can get that to stamp nicely first time out on an acrylic stamp. Not bad. And I'm just going to cut this by hand. You know how I like to do. I'll just cut this as straight as I can, and then I'll mat this over another color that I think would be nice, and maybe I'll use that red since I already cut it and we don't really have a lot of red in the card, just to bring some of that out. Okay, that's crooked. Ooh, maybe we bring some more of that distressing in. So that's another way I get around that's crooked, is to come in and distress it, and then people can't really tell as much, and it just looks like that's what she wanted. She wanted it to look rustic, and that's right, that's exactly what I was going for. All right, here we go. Honestly, my mind is on those papayas that I bought, because I'm like, how am I going to plant them? Am I going to put them in ground and maybe a gopher is going to eat them, or should I? Ay, it's always something. A little more. I'm going to keep working on this. Because it's white, so it's hard to see on this side how much rough it is, because on the back side you can see a little bit better. Okay. Again, should I put on the red or on the blue? Let's go ahead and use the red since we haven't used that. Again, I just like to put glue on here, and I kind of slide it around so that the glue spreads out nicely. And then I kind of have with this kind of glue, you have some work time. All right, we're not fooling anybody. It still looks crooked, but okay. What's this over here? There's a little glue on there. Maybe what I need to do is cut a little bit of this off. I'll try to just stress that as I can. So what I normally do is I'll go like this. I come across, and then if I need to move it a little bit, you see how that I can still have some movability with that glue. Okay, not bad. All right, there's that. Let me clean up a little bit now, and then we'll start putting it together and see if we need some more die cuts. So we have this, we have this. This is definitely gonna stick together here. And when you put it away, you kind of push it in like this, and it'll go into your folder, or your envelope, should I say. I suppose if you wanted to, you could put some background paper on the inside too. All right, that's much taller than I thought it would be. So it's really deep. Okay, I'm just gonna center this. And then we have these little guys, and in the picture, the one I chose, it was gonna be like something like this. Oh, it's double-sided. Now if you want to turn it, I know a lot of people don't like having the back cut, and then people will tell me, well, if you turn the paper and the cut on this, it doesn't matter. Okay, wherever the die is pushing in, it's still gonna look funky, and when you turn it, it's gonna look the same. Hopefully that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense, but all right. There you go. Kind of like with the diamond press, the flowers, when you have to turn one, even if you turn your paper over and cut it, you still have to turn it. Like it just doesn't work out. But anyway, something like that. Let me look at my picture again just to see kind of what they were. It wasn't that one, but that one is pretty. See, something like this here. And they did turn one around so it's facing... Oh, you know what? They had them this way. Oh, that looks nicer. Again, you just play with what you got here, but they have them going kind of coming in towards each other. And then maybe pop this up a little bit. I think that's what I'll do. Okay, so that's for the inside. And not 100% sure what we're going to do with the outside yet. And this, I'm not real sure how I want to hold these down, so I'm just going to put a little glue. You know what? That was a bad idea. And that's why this was closed up. Something told me don't do that. I want to be able to move it, but at the same time, just putting a glop of glue with something so skinny isn't the best idea. And I'm just putting it kind of down the spine area, kind of letting the leaves do what they want. Maybe stick that one down. Okay, hold on. Hold on. I want to see what this looks like. I want some movement. I don't want it to all look the same, you know? Okay, that's good. And maybe before I pop this down, what we're going to do is glue these sides together. And I would love to use an adhesive that was going to stick really fast. I probably should use my Nuvo. But I grabbed this and I'm already committed, so here we go. So I'm going to have to hold this down for a little bit. When you're using wet glue, try to get to the edge, but not too much to the edge, because then it's going to just kind of come out. But I'm going to hold this and make sure it's nice and straight on the sides and all that. And I'm going to continue holding this and massaging it until it's sturdy, and I'll be right back. Okay, I've cleaned up a little bit, weighted a little bit. I'm going to lay this down, and you know, you could put it on there. I don't know. I didn't want to wait for that to set up. This is a very, very wide space. I need to measure this. It is it's about 2 inches. Yeah, duh, because these are 1-inch sides, right? So it's a huge space. I think if you're doing the little woodland creatures and then you went and did a scene, I think it would be really cute, because again, you could add another layer in between those two. Handmade layer, obviously. Now I'm trying to see through here, and I'm kind of thinking I kind of want it off to the side. Let me see if this was... That's cute. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be right dead center, like this is kind of off this way. And a little bit puffed up. I'm trying to see in the camera. Maybe a little bit lower. So it's interesting. I was thinking about this. This outside looks kind of bare now, so I think I'm going to put some little something out here too, and that'll kind of distract from this being up a little bit. But I like the way it looks when you're looking at it straight forward. That's so cute. Okay, let me bring this down just a little more. Okay, I'm going to cut out some more greenery, foliage, and I will be right back with that. And where I like 3s, I think I'm just going to do 2. I cut out a couple from the scraps here. And, ooh, let me put the lid on this. This is the worst thing to leave uncovered. And I'm going to just grab my Nuvo. I haven't really played with this. Let's see. Like that? Yeah. Again. Oh, you can put a little bow. We have our little ribbon. We have lots of things. I can probably still move this further down if I wanted to, but that just keeps making it go up. I kind of like that better. Okay. So let's glue this one around the edge. And this was just a way to pretty much only use the dies without having to color today and without having to fussy cut anything today. But again, you can do all those things and it'll be really cute. It does take some time. I don't know if I want those to be so together. That's cute. Okay, I'm gonna leave it like this. Take your ribbon, make yourself a little bow right here, a bow down there, a bow over here, like wherever you want. I think it's fine. I'm gonna be done with it for today. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you're doing well, having a great weekend, and I will see you guys at the next one. Bye now.